Right now, it's round two for Kristi Noem, the DHS secretary, being grilled by lawmakers on the House Judiciary Committee on week 3 of a funding fight over the tactics being used in the president's immigration crackdown. The top Democrat on the committee pressed the secretary on her reaction to the shooting deaths of 2 American citizens by federal immigration agents.
Based on what you know today, Madam Secretary, were Renee Good and Alex Preddy domestic terrorists?
Congressman, what happened in Minnesota in those 2 incidents was an absolute tragedy.
Were they domestic terrorists, as you said to the country?
My condolences to their families, because I know that their lives will never be the same after that happened.
Is that an apology for what you said? Based on what you know today, were Renee Good and Alex Preddy domestic terrorists?
There's ongoing investigations, and so I
So you still don't know? You think that's an open question?
I would think you would want there to still be investigations going into these situations.
Joining us now, Democratic member of the House Judiciary Committee, Congresswoman Pramila Jayapal of Washington. It is good to see you again, Congresswoman. I know that you ended your remarks in the hearing by saying Noem either needed to resign or be fired. Give me your overall impression, or what you think is the most important thing you would want your constituents to know out of this hearing.
I think the most important thing, Chris, is that DHS is led by somebody with zero accountability, that ICE and CBP are running wild, killing U.S. citizens, detaining U.S. citizens. That's what my question line was about, and locking up people who have committed absolutely no crime. 75% of people that have been detained and are being incarcerated in for-profit jails across the country have committed no crime. And Kristi Noem is a test of failed leadership. That's what I said. That's what I believe. And actually, I think that she does not have a long career here. Her corruption at the agency, combined with the lawlessness of these ICE and CBP agents on display for everyone to see, is going to bring her down.
Do you think it will, though? How? What do you think maybe happened today that will change the equation?
Well, I think it's been over the last month and a half or so, as people have watched the courageous people of Minnesota and really seen Noem, come out, call Renee Good, Alex Preddy domestic terrorists, refuse to conduct investigations until we demanded it, and the people of Minnesota demanded it. And I think that trajectory has been very bad. I mean, look, she's done something quite remarkable, which is she has turned 50% of the country against ICE. There was a brand new poll out saying that 50% of people across this country believe that ICE should no longer exist. And I think that's sort of a stunning place to be. But I think what Americans are seeing is that they thought that this was an administration that was going to go after the worst of the worst. And they happen to know and see the people that are being picked up in their neighborhoods, in their cities. They see the militarization of the streets by the federal government. They see children being detained and held in camps and separated from their families, and they don't like it. And so once again, people are being reminded that we are a nation of immigrants. We do value the immigrants that are in our country. We want a fix to the broken immigration system legislatively. We do not want the government to go after all of these people on civil immigration offenses. And we certainly don't want our government militarizing our streets, killing U.S. citizens, and detaining U.S. citizens.
That hearing, as you know, comes as questions are growing over the war with Iran. And I want to play what some of your Democratic colleagues on the Senate side said after being briefed by the Trump administration.
They told us in there that this is an open-ended operation that hasn't even really started in earnest yet. There will be more Americans killed.
I am more fearful than ever after this briefing that we may be putting boots on the ground, and that troops from the United States may be necessary to accomplish objectives that the administration seems to have.
You attended the briefing for House lawmakers. Do you share those concerns?
I really do, Chris. This is an illegal, unconstitutional war. There was nothing in the briefing given to us about any imminent attack that would have allowed the president to go to war without the authorization of Congress. And look, I think that it is very clear that they are trying to do damage control now by saying not only have we lost 6 troops already in just the first couple of days, but also that there are going to be more. And Trump says callously, that's the way it is. No, it's not. That is why the founders said that the issue of going to war could only be authorized by Congress because the consequences are so severe.